India have it all to do over in Group B, of course, in the Asian Cup, as they need a point or more to stick around in the championship. What's going to go on this week? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks. Partners game with another prediction video today. We're looking forward to this second round of games over in Group B between India and Uzbekistan, of course, and we'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, bang out today. All things Asian Cup related, Babylon related, world football related. We're going to all here, boys. Under one Ruski, of course, India opened up with a defeat. Uzbekistan still in the mix, of course, yet to taste defeat in the Asian Cup. But it all can change this week as these two sides lock horns over in Group B. We'll get to that in a second. Big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. But let's jump into the deep end and have a look at this game, of course, over in Group B. It is India. It's Uzbekistan. It's coming at you at the Ahmad bin Ali Stadium on the 18th of Jan 2024. That's, of course, the nations involved. But what about, of course, the situation between these two sides? Well, let's take a long, hard look at it. All right, then, here is India, of course, coming at you, qualified as third round Group D winners back on the 14th of June 2022. This is their fifth finals. 2019 was their last. However, they have never won it, and they haven't come anywhere near the top spot since 1964, where they were runners up. Igor Stimac is your main man there, of course, pulling the strings with Lanzala Chagante, your star man. 251 to go the distance here. My expectation is, unfortunately, a group stage exit, and so far I've not been changed otherwise. My mind is still the same. 2-0 loss to India. I'll give them a little bit of credit for that game because they were strong. They held on. Of course, they didn't threaten too much. Of course, it was more down to Australia's lack of finishing than, of course, India's warrant to change the scoreline. So an opening day loss against Australia does set up this game against Uzbekistan, which would be a difficult one. It's going to be a difficult one. I'm not going to lie to you here, but of course, it doesn't change the fact that the last game, the third game here against Syria, is the must-not-lose game. If you win that game against Syria, it puts you in a position where you could be third in this group, depending on goal difference, and 3 points may or may not be enough to get you through to the last 16. That's where it's your third chance saloon to get a result here. Of course, they currently find themselves bottom with that opening defeat, and of course, with Syria and Uzbekistan drawing, which we'll talk about that in a second. Of course, it does make it a very difficult scenario for India to qualify. Let's take a look then at the squad, and of course, my expected 11 here. We've got Singh between the sticks. We've got Bose, Beke, Janagan, Pujari, the right-hand side, Ralte, Tangiri, Wangam, Singh, Chetri and Chagante, the star man up top. What about the opposition then? Uzbekistan qualifies third round Group C winners. They qualified on the 14th of June 2022. This is their eighth finals. 2019 was their last. They did finish fourth back in 2011 with Surko Kantadech, your manager there. Eldar Shomorodov, your star man. 25-1 to go the distance. Last 16 is my prediction. And of course, they've started off their campaign with a draw, of course, against Syria. A match which I thought was going to be just as it was. Very, very fine margins. Nobody really wanted to lose that game because realistically, when you look at this, I think your Uzbekistan and your Syria are competing for that second spot, and if you lost against your other heavyweight contender there, your main opposition, you're going to find it difficult to get that second spot. So Australia, I think Uzbekistan and Syria are expecting to lose against Australia, which means they must not lose against India. And that is why I've highlighted this match here for Uzbekistan as a must not lose. They've got to come out of here with 3 points, put themselves in their consideration with 4 points, and that should be enough for them to go through as at least one of the third best teams, if not runners up in this group. Let's take a look then at the squad then for Uzbekistan coming into this one. We got to Yusparov between the sticks, Kuzhinov, Asmaratov at the right backhand side there with Aljanov, Haraminyarkov, Sayev, Shurikov, Urkinov, Urmanov, and Mavshapov up top. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows, of course, the Uzbekistan national 11, of course. Let's take a look then at the numbers between these two sides. They've never played each other heading into this one, India and Uzbekistan. India, though, on 17% form for them, just 1 win in 6. Pretty woeful form for them at the moment. Uzbekistan unbeaten in the last 6 games, picked up 4 wins in the last 6, 83% form. That's good. That's a good bit of momentum for them. And, of course, if they were to get something out of this game, it'll set themselves up with a bit of a barnstormer against Australia for maybe even top spot, of course. The bookies vote, we'll get to the bookies odds in a second here, but the public vote has Uzbekistan 64% favoured here. 29% have gone with India, and of course the draw at 7%. The bookies have India at 20-1 long shots, 8-1 on Uzbekistan, red hot favourites, and 13-2 is the draw here. Unfortunately, I've also gone with that. I've not gone with a 21-0. What's that all about? That's more like it. I've actually gone with an Uzbekistan victory. Just the 2-0 win. Just the 2-0 win in the end over India. But it could be more than that. It could be a bit of a cricket score. We'll see. Because India are going to go... They've got to keep it tight. That's what India have to do in this one. They've got to keep it tight to give themselves not a worse goal difference scenario than any other group. Because if they can somehow salvage a victory against Syria on the last match day, they might just squeak in as one of the third place best teams. We'll see about that. But for me, victory for Uzbekistan. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all that kind of jazz. But I'll see you soon, guys, whenever we come back around for the next one.